Sometimes the biggest change in life doesn't come from money, luck, or status. It comes from one small shift inside your own mind. On a dusty platform in one of the busiest railway stations in the city lived a beggar named Raghav. Every morning he would wake before sunrise, gather the same tin bowl, and take his usual seat beneath the broken pillar, fourth bench from the left. Every day, with his outstretched hand, he'd wait for generosity. Sometimes people handed him coins, most passed by, eyes averted. He had no family, no home, and no dream left in his mind, only survival. But deep down, something inside Raghav itched, a quiet voice that whispered, there must be something more. But that voice was drowned daily by hunger, rejection, and silence. One day, everything changed because of 5 unexpected words. As Raghav reached out to a well-dressed businessman hurrying past, the man paused. He didn't give coins. Instead, he asked gently, "What do you give others?" Raghav blinked in confusion. "Me. I'm a beggar. I have nothing to give." The man smiled slightly. "Then maybe that's why people give you nothing in return." And he walked away. That night, Raghav couldn't sleep. What do I give? What can I give? I have nothing. But the thought kept echoing. If you believe you have nothing, then how can the world respond with more? 2 days of silence passed. Then, on the 3rd morning, sitting alone, he saw something. A small patch of wildflowers blooming near the corner of the platform wall. Yellow, vibrant, unexpected. A smile crept over his face. Eyes sparkling for the first time in years. Raghav got up, gently plucked a few, and returned to his bench. That day, when someone dropped a coin into his bowl, he offered a flower back, silently. Surprised, the person paused, then smiled. The next person laughed softly and took the flower. A child giggled, "Thank you, uncle." For the first time, people stopped, looked at him, saw him. This became his habit. Every day before the crowd came, Raghav picked fresh flowers. He began brushing his hair, wiping his shirt, sitting straighter. He wasn't just a beggar anymore. He had something to offer, and slowly, more people came, some just for the smile, some to talk. Coins increased, but so did his pride. And then, weeks later, something amazing happened. The same businessman who had asked him, "What do you give?" returned. He looked shocked. "You're the flower man," Raghav smiled. "Yes, sir, and I do have something to give now." The man nodded and said, "No, Raghav, you always had something. You just needed to see it differently." Within 6 months, Raghav wasn't sitting anymore. He was walking stall to stall, selling fresh marigold garlands made by his own hands. He wasn't rich, but he had respect. He had a rhythm. He had a mindset that said, "I have value." He wasn't a beggar. He was a trader. And all of it began with a flower. There are 2 kinds of poverty in this world. One in the pocket, and one in the mindset. The first takes time. The second can change today. You don't need everything to start. You need to believe that you have something to give. Because the moment you offer value, the world responds in kind. If this story reminded you of your hidden worth, like, share, and comment below what you can give, even before your goals arrive. Subscribe for more soul-touching stories like these. And remember, life doesn't change overnight, but your mindset can, and that changes everything.